Good morning and welcome inside the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Welcome to the live coverage of the IPO of thyssenkrupp nucera. Today we are celebrating the first day of trading of thyssenkrupp nucera AG & Co. KGaA, so the full official name of the company, here at the famous trading floor in the historic Stock Exchange building in downtown Frankfurt. On behalf of Deutsche Börse, I would like to welcome all employees of thyssenkrupp nucera here to this live stream, and of course all other interested viewers watching us here on different channels. As you can see behind me, the trading floor has already been prepared for this event today, branded in thyssenkrupp nucera logos and colors. The first prize of thyssenkrupp nucera will be determined today at around 9:15 a.m. and the first prize will then be celebrated by ringing the stock exchange bell on the stage underneath the DAX chart here right behind me. The bell ringing will be preceded by 3 speeches, one by Deutsche Börse, one by thyssenkrupp nucera and one by thyssenkrupp AG. And for all viewers who are not familiar with the company going public today, let me briefly introduce thyssenkrupp nucera to you. thyssenkrupp nucera is one of the world's leading manufacturers of electrolysis plants for the production of hydrogen. The company, a joint venture with the Italian group industry nucera, has extensive know-how in the design, procurement and construction of electrochemical plants. The track record includes more than 600 projects successfully installed with a total capacity of more than 10 gigawatts. Target group primarily is industrial companies with the goal of climate neutrality and decarbonization. The company has more than 5 decades of project experience with over 240,000 projects finished and electrolysis cells produced. This makes the company a market leader. The company operates a global network in which it employs more than 580 people in 7 regions worldwide. 2/3 of thyssenkrupp nucera were owned by thyssenkrupp AG and 1/3 by industry nucera before this IPO. And to give you more and even more better and detailed information about the company going public here today, I am joined here this morning by Christoph Nörres, Head of Green Hydrogen of thyssenkrupp nucera. Welcome to the Frankfurt Stock Exchange and thank you for joining me this morning here.
Yeah, also very good morning. Hi, Max. Yeah, good morning everybody. I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. thyssenkrupp nucera will be a traded company in a couple of minutes. Are you excited?
Max, I'm excited. And I'm sure everyone at thyssenkrupp nucera is excited today. It's a big day, it's an IPO, and it's a big milestone, a big step forward for thyssenkrupp nucera. And I'm very much pleased to be here in Frankfurt today at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. And all the team has worked over the last weeks and months very hard to achieve this today here. And let me already say a big thank you to everyone outside there who has supported to achieve this here, and also to all the people who are running our business day by day. And as I said, it's a big day, a big achievement today, and therefore we are very much excited.
What makes today so special for thyssenkrupp nucera?
Well, thyssenkrupp nucera, as you already indicated in your introduction, we are manufacturing the electrolyzers who are transforming green energy towards green hydrogen. And we were really successful over the last years, and we have signed contracts of more than 3 gigawatts. So we have a backlog in our books of more than 3 gigawatt capacity of electrolyzers. And that makes us globally one of the leading companies to provide electrolyzer technology. And this shows our growth path forward, and we want to continue this growth path. And the IPO is a big step and a very important step towards this growth strategy. And the IPO brings a lot of advantages. One of them is clearly that we will achieve the financial flexibility we need for running our business and to grow further. And second, we get a real price tag on the company. We will see the value of thyssenkrupp nucera. And lastly, we will see a significant increase in the visibility and the profile of our company, of thyssenkrupp nucera, as the global leading electrolyzer technology company.
Thank you for these explanations. Green hydrogen is to be the future. So what developments do you expect in the coming years?
Yeah. Well, I think it's globally accepted nowadays that green hydrogen is the main pillar of the energy transformation, the main pillar to drive decarbonization of the industry as well as of the society, and by that driving towards net zero, which is a clear target for more or less all countries around the world. And we as thyssenkrupp nucera manufacturing already today electrolyzers with a yearly capacity of around 1 gigawatt, and we are committed to further expand that capacity of manufacturing to 5 gigawatts by 2026. This is a very strong commitment from our company, and that will enable our customers to manufacture, to produce green hydrogen for their industrial business, and with that to decarbonize their industrial setup, by that to drive towards net zero.
And what does the IPO mean for your relationship with your parent company, thyssenkrupp AG?
Well, first of all, I have to say we received over the past weeks, months, years a significant support of our colleagues at the whole team at thyssenkrupp AG, and I would like to say a big thank you to all the colleagues there. It was really a hand-in-hand work, and it's clear we will stay closely connected to thyssenkrupp AG in the future as well. And we will see thyssenkrupp AG as a very strongly committed shareholder of thyssenkrupp nucera, and we will see that thyssenkrupp AG will support our growth strategy in the future as well.
And looking ahead, what will you focus on in the future?
Well, we have a clear way forward. We have a clear strategic roadmap in place. It's like a lighthouse giving us everyday guidance and directions. And our focus will be clearly on industrial customers. We will build industrial scale plants, that means multi-100 megawatt, even gigawatt plants, with utilizing a serial fabrication. And with that we will go further along the growth path, which will be a big benefit for us as a thyssenkrupp nucera company, our employees, and also a big benefit towards our customers and our shareholders.
Christoph, thank you very much for giving us these great insights. Thank you very much for joining me here this morning on the balcony here at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Thanks for coming here, taking the time, and I wish you a great event downstairs on the floor. Enjoy the bell ringing.
Thanks a lot, Max. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we can take a look on the trading floor. What's going on there? You can see behind me there is already quite some action on the floor. We have here the center stage with the DAX chart above it. Don't be concerned, the DAX chart is still empty. The chart will begin at 9 a.m. when the electronic trading system etc. starts. Then the DAX will start as well. You can see underneath the chart already some IPO information about thyssenkrupp nucera. On the right hand side at the lectern you can see Mr. Serhat Gündogan from Baader Bank. He is the specialist today, and he will announce the first price of thyssenkrupp nucera today at around 9:15 a.m. And now we see the guests arriving on the trading floor, leaving our event space behind the DAX chart, branded X Lounge. And we see here on the left-hand side in the picture, there was Miguel Lopez, CEO of thyssenkrupp AG. And now we can see the guests making their way and awaiting the official start of the event this morning. Before the official part begins, let me maybe briefly give you some information about the thyssenkrupp nucera share. For this IPO today, approximately 30.3 million shares were offered to investors at a price range between 19 euros and 21.5 euros. The issue price was set at 20 euros. giving thyssenkrupp nucera a valuation of 2.53 billion euros at issue price of 20 euros. And this corresponds to gross proceeds of 526 million euros from the sale of 26,315,000 newly issued bearer shares from a capital increase. And the company plans to put the proceeds into its electrolysis business. In total, 126,315,000 bearer shares will be listed, 100 million shares from existing equity capital. The offer this morning includes also around 3.9 million shares to be sold by thyssenkrupp AG and Industrie de Nora, which before the IPO owned thyssenkrupp nucera in a 66-34 split. The new shareholders will own around a quarter of thyssenkrupp nucera following this IPO, while thyssenkrupp AG will keep a majority with 50.2%. And now you see here all the board members of thyssenkrupp AG, of thyssenkrupp nucera, and we also have guests of Industrie de Nora here today this morning. Here we have again the specialist this morning, Sehat Günoğan, on the phone, who will then announce the first price at around 9:15 a.m. The official part of this event today will start with a short introduction by Caroline von Linsingen from Deutsche Börse, who will give the guests on the floor and here on the live stream some information about the event. And then the event will continue. And you can see here a total view of the famous trading floor. Here in the front in the picture you can see the signing book, in which all companies going public here are making an entry. And now Caroline von Linsingen with the introduction.
Good morning and welcome to Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Deutsche Börse is delighted to welcome thyssenkrupp nucera, Industrie de Nora, for the initial public offering of nucera. Let me give you a quick outline of what to expect of today's ceremony. First, Deutsche Börse's guest book will be signed by the CEOs of thyssenkrupp and thyssenkrupp nucera to acknowledge the so far biggest IPO in Europe in 2023. The signing will be followed by the official welcome speech by Dr. Thomas Burg, Executive Board Member of Deutsche Börse and responsible for trading and clearing. The floor will then be given to Dr. Werner Ponikwar, CEO thyssenkrupp nucera, and then to Miguel Lopez, CEO thyssenkrupp. We expect the first prize as of 9:15, and the celebration thereof with a world-famous ringing of the exchange bell shortly thereafter. Enjoy this very special moment, and for now, as a prelude, a video about our star guest today. Let's go.
There is something deep in our DNA that could be a decisive impetus in answering one of the most challenging questions of our time.
How can we reduce CO2 on a large scale? Could green hydrogen pave the way?
What could we achieve if we use our experience of the many gigawatts that we have already installed?
If we extend our scope to a new market, if we innovate to accelerate transformation into a brand new energy age,
then we will create that significant impact we need to solve one of our most pressing problems.
Are we prepared to establish a growing hydrogen ecosystem? Yes, we are determined. We are ready to grow. We are able to lead this development.
Today, we open
up a new era.
thyssenkrupp, nucera.
Yes, a great video here from thyssenkrupp nucera, marking here the IPO event today at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. I can give you more information actually. And there we have the signing book. And we have here Miguel Lopez making or signing the signing book. The entry has already been made this morning by thyssenkrupp nucera. And this is always a nice moment and a nice opportunity to save this moment for the future to commemorate the IPO here at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Before we start with the speeches, I see Thomas Bog is already making his way with the welcome speech.
Dear Mr. Lopez, dear Mr. Poniqua, dear guests from the media, dear all, I welcome you to the Frankfurt Stock Exchange trading floor for one of the most exciting days, I'm sure, for thyssenkrupp nucera. Today, we will witness history in the making. We celebrate one of Europe's largest IPOs at the epicenter of the German capital market here at the Frankfurt floor. It is a particular pleasure, Mr. Lopez, to welcome you, and if I may say, home to Frankfurt. You are here from Frankfurt, but I still think it's a new experience for you to later ring the bell, and you stand for speed. If I counted right, it's your 37th day as the CEO, and already you are here on the trading floor. That is definitely a new record. Let me also say welcome to you, Mr. Poniqua, and all your team that worked so hard. We are only a few minutes away from the finish line, and now you deserve the celebration. Let me welcome you and give you some applause, please. Today we celebrate a showcase of how a traditional company takes a major step towards a transformation to a climate-friendly and sustainable business model, and turning it into a great business opportunity. thyssenkrupp is a German industrial icon. It is known worldwide. It's a living example which stands for the history and for the strengths of the German industry. It is the backbone for our economy for decades, almost centuries. And now you demonstrate what our industry can achieve to shape the future and help our economy and society to transition to climate neutrality. As a technology leader in hydrogen, thyssenkrupp nucera is perfectly positioned to shape a new energy era. And the current geopolitical situation has crystallized the challenges ahead of us. The Zeitenwende has launched a new era in history, and great challenges, in particular for the energy sector, are in front of us. You are part of the solution: green hydrogen on an industrial scale. And your motto, rethinking the existing infrastructure, and your claim, we've just heard it, we shape the new era, could not better describe the responsibility, but also reflect the opportunities ahead of you. And this transformation couldn't be better symbolized than by today's going public. Transferring this business to an independent and now soon to be listed company opens an entirely new chapter for thyssenkrupp nucera. And your trust in the capital market as a source of funding is a wonderful signal, and I wish you the greatest possible success for this endeavor with all my heart. We as Deutsche Börse, we are very proud to offer you a gateway to the global capital markets. By the way, we are also very proud. Our European Energy Exchange has just launched the world's first market-based hydrogen index, Hydrex. Hydrex provides information on actually traded prices for green hydrogen, and you see a new ecosystem is emerging. We also are proud to be part of it. Transparency, stability, and price formation are also the basis of strong capital markets. But the very essence is to allow companies like yours to raise capital, to innovate, to grow, to expand, and, as you say in your claim, to shape a new era. This is not only true for thyssenkrupp nucera, but also we need to shape a new era for our capital markets. Capital markets are at the heart of transformation and innovation, enabling the transition to a climate-friendly economy and society. They provide the funding for new technologies, for new business models, for startup companies. And that private capital is urgently needed to tackle the challenges of today and tomorrow. And therefore, I'm happy that we see a mindset shift. We have to ensure that more capital is mobilized, that companies can access the markets faster, and that investors benefit from the wealth that is created in equities markets. Therefore, we welcome the so-called Future Financing Act, the Zukunftsfinanzierungsgesetz, for example, the generational capital, all aiming to provide incentives to invest in shares. These are the first steps in the right direction, but we need to be bolder and quicker. But today we open a new chapter for thyssenkrupp nucera. Your IPO will show you and your team the value that you are creating day by day. It will provide you access to funding, create strategic flexibility, and last not least, it will give you the stage and visibility for your company, and the stage is set here. I am really grateful that you choose us, Deutsche Börse, for your IPO. This is your day. Dear Mr. Bonnequart, dear Mr. Lopez, you have shown courage with this IPO, and I wish you all the best for the future of thyssenkrupp nucera. In a few minutes, we will see the first price of the shares of thyssenkrupp nucera. With that, it's my pleasure to give the floor to you. Thank you very much.
Dear Mr. Bog, dear Miguel, dear colleagues and friends of thyssenkrupp nucera, with the name Apollo, many would associate the Greek god of light, of eloquence, of poetry, and also of fine arts. Others would think of NASA's space program of the same name, which put humans on the moon for the very first time. For us, at thyssenkrupp nucera, Apollo stands above all for the project that we have spent months working towards today. So today is for us a very, very special day, of course. Today, you could say, we are celebrating our moon landing. Today, thyssenkrupp nucera is going public. What a great achievement. We're standing here at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, celebrating our first day as a stock-listed company. And for this, the whole management team wants to say a heartfelt thank you. to all of you, really personally as well. Project Apollo became a success because we worked hand in hand as one team with great passion and commitment. And that is exactly the spirit that we would like to celebrate today. And we want to continue on our shared journey as well. On this day, let us join in celebration and in shared excitement, whether it be here in Frankfurt or with our colleagues in Dortmund, in Milano, in Tokyo, in Houston, or wherever else in the world. We are also celebrating today the success story that we've been able to write as a company so far. thyssenkrupp nucera has evolved from a leader in the chlor-alkali sector into a provider of world-leading technologies for the large-scale production of green hydrogen. We support our customers on their way to climate neutrality and thereby shaping the new era of sustainable energy use. The IPO is the start of an exciting new phase in our company history. As a publicly listed company, we are well on our way to becoming one of the leading green hydrogen companies, boosting our presence and our reputation nationally and also internationally. In addition, the IPO provides thyssenkrupp nucera with increased financial flexibility and the ability to further support and develop our business. And as such, we will continue to implement our growth strategy and with that also to accelerate the adoption of green hydrogen as an emission-free energy carrier as part of a clean energy system to leave a better place for generations to come. A special thanks goes out to thyssenkrupp AG and also Industrie De Nora, of course, for their support over the last months and years. We look forward to working with you and all our new shareholders in the future. Let us now celebrate this important milestone together, marking the start of an exciting new chapter in our company. Cheers to thyssenkrupp nucera and all the people who made this day possible. Thank you very much.
And that was a speech by Werner Ponigvar, the CEO of thyssenkrupp nucera. And now we will hear a speech by Miguel Lopez, CEO of thyssenkrupp AG.
Dear Mr. Book, dear Werner, dear colleagues of thyssenkrupp nucera, of thyssenkrupp AG, dear partners of De Nora, dear Paolo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to stand here with you today. This is a day many of you have been waiting for a long time. Our teams have been working extremely hard over the last couple of months to make this happen. So today is a day to celebrate and to say thank you. It's a day to celebrate because this is a historic moment for thyssenkrupp. It's the first IPO of a thyssenkrupp business ever. A moon landing moment, as Werner described it. The IPO not only enlarged the financial flexibility of thyssenkrupp nucera, it also strengthens thyssenkrupp's profile as a leading player in the fields of the green hydrogen industry. thyssenkrupp is active in all areas of the hydrogen value chain. The supply side with thyssenkrupp nucera, the demand side with our ambitious green steel projects, and the infrastructure side with our engineers at Uhde, Bearings and Polysius. The IPO of thyssenkrupp nucera is also a strong proof point for our strategy. It shows that thyssenkrupp offers world-leading technological capabilities and is able to create sustainable value out of it. Only a few years ago, the chlorine-alkali electrolysis was kind of enchanted princess. Barely anybody in the group saw the potential of this technology. We are lucky. Some did. And we gave them the entrepreneurial freedom to build something strong. And today, this is a multi-billion euro business. The enchanted princess became a unicorn. And thyssenkrupp nucera, the latest addition to the thyssenkrupp family. What a great story, what a great reason to celebrate. That's why today is also a moment to say thank you. Thanks to all colleagues involved. Thanks to all advisors. Thanks to all employees at thyssenkrupp nucera who are doing an outstanding job. This is just the beginning of a great journey. We will continue to be at your side and to pave the way for thyssenkrupp nucera to strengthen its position as one of the world-leading hydrogen players. thyssenkrupp AG is committed to remaining a long-term shareholder at thyssenkrupp nucera and further accompanying its growth strategy. I'm delighted to celebrate this special day with you and continue our growth path together.
That was Miguel Lopez, the CEO of thyssenkrupp nucera. And now everybody is waiting for the announcement of the first price of thyssenkrupp nucera shares. However, the first price will not be determined before 9:15. So I have some time to give you additional information about the price determination this morning on Xetra. Currently, the opening auction is running for the shares of thyssenkrupp nucera. The order books are open. All market participants can place orders, modify their orders, or delete their orders, but there is no execution of orders yet. The order book has been opened this morning since 7:30 a.m. when the pre-trading phase started. The Xetra trading system is currently determining an indicative auction price according to the most executed principle, meaning the price is currently determined that would have the highest volume executed with the smallest surplus on the buy and or sell side. This information is currently disclosed to the market with the indicative auction price, the current auction volume and auction surplus, or if the order book is not crossed, meaning there are currently no orders that would match, the best bid and ask limit is displayed to the market. This opening auction will continue at a minimum of 15 minutes with a random end set by the system. So the first price will not be determined earlier than 9:15 a.m. and the first price will then be announced by specialist Seat Gündogan from Baader Bank here now in the picture. After the first price has been determined, continuous trading starts on Xetra. So the stock exchange price is determined purely by supply and demand, and continuous trading gives the company a constant valuation of their shares by the market. And now we are waiting if Xetra will determine the price at precisely 9:15 for Mr. Gündogan to announce the price. remember the issue price was 20 euros. Depending on the order book situation, it might take a couple of seconds longer for the system to determine the price, depending on how many orders are in the order book. And you can also already see, ready to ring the bell. We have here on the right hand side, here in front, Werner Ponigwa, the CEO of thyssenkrupp nucera, and next to him is Arno Pfannschmidt, the CFO of thyssenkrupp nucera. And they are eagerly awaiting the first price. As you can see, we might have a higher order volume in the book, so it takes a couple of seconds longer for the system to determine the first price. The shares of thyssenkrupp nucera will be listed here in the highest transparency segment of Deutsche Börse, the Prime Standard. The Prime Standard is a segment of the EU regulated market. Currently more than 300 companies are listed in the Prime Standard with a focus on national and international investors. thyssenkrupp nucera will trade under the International Security Identification Number DE 000 NCA 0001. The German Wertpapierkennnummer is NCA 000, and the ticker symbol for the Frankfurt Stock Exchange is NCH2. So here you have H2, the symbol for hydrogen, right in the ticker symbol of thyssenkrupp nucera. So we see Mr. Gunowan is still at work. The system has not determined the price yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. First prize for thyssenkrupp nucera is 20 euros and 20 cents. Congratulations to the listing in Frankfurt.
Is off. So I repeat, the first price of thyssenkrupp nucera shares, 20 euros and 20 cents. And now you have here the picture with the stock exchange bell with the board members and CEOs of thyssenkrupp nucera and thyssenkrupp AG. The ringing of the stock exchange bell, always a once-in-a-lifetime moment here on the Frankfurt trading floor for celebrating an IPO, and always a good opportunity to get some nice pictures here with the stock exchange bell and our LED screen in the background here on the trading floor. And now we see the photographers giving advice on how to create the best pictures here on the trading floor. Everybody is happy about the successful IPO of thyssenkrupp nucera. And while these pictures are being taken, I can give you some additional information here about this trading floor we have seen so often this morning. This trading floor is one of the few remaining trading floors in the world, home to the trading venue Frankfurt. The stock exchange building we are currently inside was opened in 1879 and has been the home of the Frankfurt Stock Exchange since then. This trading floor has been remodeled several times during its history. The last major renovations took place in 2006-2007 into the current design with these white trading circles you see here in the foreground. The black and white stock quotation boards you see surrounding the trading floor, including the DAX chart here, have not been remodeled or renewed during the last renovation. They date back to the 1980s, and when they refresh they make a clicking sound. Maybe you have heard this clicking in the background already, and this is an iconic sound here for the Frankfurt trading floor, and basically one memory of the old outcry trading here in Frankfurt. Recently, Deutsche Börse has made further renovations and improvements. We have just added here this large LED screen you can see underneath the DAX chart, and also a new event space behind the LED screen. Former trading offices were converted into this new event location. And now you can see the guests following the order book of the thyssenkrupp nucera shares displayed on the LED screen. Now it has switched back to first price and last price indication. We can see the last price is currently at 20.26 €, so up again 6 cents from the first price. And so we have continuous trading on the Xetra system. Here you can see it again, current price thyssenkrupp nucera, 20.30 € now. And now you have here with the stock exchange bell Miguel Lopez, CEO of thyssenkrupp AG on the left hand side, and on the right hand side you have Volkmar Dienstuhl, chairman of the supervisory board of thyssenkrupp nucera. And now we see the order book here displayed of Xetra, of the continuous trading of thyssenkrupp nucera shares. And we have Stinwall and Gender Point open here today, this morning. And that is the handing over of the present every company receives going public here in Frankfurt. And Thomas Bog, member of the executive board of Deutsche Börse and responsible for trading and clearing, will hand over the present shortly. After all, the necessary photos have been taken here on the stage on the trading floor.
Congratulations. I have a little present, of course, of you to memorize the day. And by the way, I hope you all noted the very cool shoes that I really envy. Very cool. We have here just the bull and bear for you to memorize the day. I hope they find a nice place. May the bull always, of course, dominate.
Thank you very much.
And you can see the present, it's bull and bear. And these two are exact replicas of bull and bear in front here of the stock exchange building at Börsenplatz. We've seen the shoes here in the picture. So all thyssenkrupp nucera employees today are wearing the same branded shoes. It's quite a nice look and a great idea. And we can congratulate thyssenkrupp here for this successful IPO. And now the guests are making their way upstairs onto the balcony to take a group photo to commemorate this event. And now we see inside the X Lounge, our event space here at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, and the guests are making their way upstairs onto the balcony above the DAX chart for one final group photo. There we see the guests arriving here in front of the thyssenkrupp nucera slogan and the logo. And this is always a great picture with the DAX chart and the branding. And so the group can take one final picture here above the DAX chart. I think there's still guests arriving here. Now we have a full view of our trading floor. You see the trading circles here on the floor, and in the background the DAX chart. So always a great view. We have the DAX in the center. Below, congratulations for the IPO and the guests above. So everybody's in position. And with these great pictures here, we are at the end of the IPO event here of thyssenkrupp nucera. Thank you for watching this live stream from inside the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. For all employees of thyssenkrupp nucera, their company live stream will continue live from Dortmund. I wish all viewers a great day. Thank you and goodbye.